Hi everyone, and welcome to part 3 of my Christmas card inspiration series. If you've missed part 1 and part 2, I will put a link below in the description box, as well as links on the screen at the end of this video. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some fun shaker cards. So let's head on over and get started.
Before I get to the Slimline shaker card that I'm making today, I thought I would share a couple of cards that I made last year, and I'll put a link below in the description box to both of these. So shaker cards are really fun no matter the age. They're great for, younger people, even kids, and they are great for adults as well. And they could be made in more of a vintage style if you'd like, or more of a cute and fun style. There are just so many ways. And also, I have some videos on making shaker cards if this is something that you're new to. In fact, I'm going to put links below to my Tuesday 2-minute tips and tricks videos that I made showing step by step how to make shaker cards. And I'm also going to have a link to my playlist with all of my shaker cards because most of those are also tutorials, and who knows, you may come up with all kinds of ideas after watching. All right, now let me show you the card that we are making today. Today I'm going to be making a slimline card, and it has 3 shaker elements, which is just really fun, and this is just adorable. Now, I can shake it on here, and you're not hearing a lot because I did not put a lot of shaker elements into each one of these. But, you can put as many as you want. As you can see, this one has a lot, and this one has a lot. So it's totally up to you. But I just thought that this was absolutely adorable with the ornaments hanging down. And so let's go ahead and get started on this. And by the way, even though I'm just going to be doing a quick slideshow on how I put this together, I will be showing you at the end how I made these little shaker elements.
So for the Slimline shaker card that I'm making today, I'm using the stackable Circle Daisy frame dies from In Love Arts, and they are great because you can use them to cut out a solid circle, or you can use 2 different sizes to create a frame like this. I'm also using these cute Christmas stamps that come with 18 adorable images to choose from, and they are also from In Love Arts. And I'm using Duralar acetate alternative and this scrapbook paper that my sweet husband picked out from my stash. And of course, the card would not be complete without using some beautiful glitter paper from close to my heart. There are links below in the description box to all of these products so you can find them. Okay, so I make my slimline cards a different size than most people, and mine are 4 1/4 by 9 1/4. And I cut that gorgeous scarlet glitter paper also to 4 1/4 by 9 1/4, so it covers the entire front of the card. And yes, as always, I cut out the center because no one is going to see that, and I don't want to waste any of that beautiful glitter paper. So after I glued the glitter paper to the front of the card, then it was time to start working on the top layer. I die cut Merry Christmas from white glitter paper and adhered it to the front, and then I positioned my little shaker ornaments where I wanted them and glued them in place. And the twine that was holding the ornaments was adhered to the back of that panel. And now it's time to adhere the top panel to the card, and I did that with my Beacon 3-in-1 glue, and then I added a bow at the top to finish things off.
Okay, as promised, I am going to show you how I made these cute little shaker ornaments for my card. And so what I did was I used these 2 dies, and I cut out the larger circle, and then I used the smaller one to cut the center out of it. So it would have looked like that, but I cut that part out. And then I used the larger of those 2 to also cut out the circle that I stamped that's going to go behind it so that it's the exact same size as the top circle. And then I stamped that with these really cute stamps that are the perfect size to put in those, and to have snowmen and trees and Santa and just so many cute things in the stamp set. And of course there is a link below in the description box to that. And so I stamped that, I colored it a little bit, and then I cut out a piece of acetate that is the right size, and I'm going to let you know that the die does not cut through the acetate, but it did leave a really deep circle, so I was able to use my scissors and cut around it. And I adhered that to the back of this, and then I used double-sided tape like this, and because that area is so small, I just used my scissors and cut it in half. And I'm not going to cut it all the way for you right now, but just show you that I cut it in half and double layered it so that there are 2 layers there. And the next thing I did was I took some sequins here and I put them in the center, not of the window, but right in here. And I'm just putting in a pinch. I don't want too many in there, to be honest with you, because it's such a small little shaker. But I am just putting in a little bit of each. And grab some of these too. Just plopping it right there in the center. And you don't want them near the edge, so if anything gets near the edge, be sure to push it back toward the center. Okay, and then, maybe kind of strange to you guys, but I am using a fabric softener sheet to wipe the inside of my shaker window and around the edges so that the adhesive isn't sticky. And look at that, this is already coming off. Okay, so next thing I did was pulled off the protective layer off the double-sided foam tape. And sometimes it does not come off that easy though. Sometimes it just falls right off, other times it does not. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I am going to center this, and it's so much easier. You know what? Hold on one second. I was going to tell you, it's so much easier to do when I don't have a camera between me and what I'm working on. But I am going to take a little bit of my beacon, and I'm just going to kind of dab it around the edges, just to help me have a little wiggle room in case I need that. So there we go. Now I am going to center this right over the top. And you know what? That kind of looks centered to me. I'm going to pull it over here out of the way, closer to me for a minute. There we go. There we go. Getting it lined up. Whoops. Okay. And I'm going to turn it upside down and press on it even a little bit more there. And turn it over. And there we have our little shaker. Okay, now how to put the little topper on. All right, so what I did was I just took some silver cardstock and I cut it down, and to be honest with you, I didn't measure it at all. So let me set this down here and tell you it's probably about an inch, a little bit over an inch. And on the one end right here, I just used these decorative scissors to cut that, because you know those little silver caps that go on the decorations, they have that little design on it. And then I poked a hole in the middle and put some twine through and used some glue on the inside. I mean, there's a knot also, but I added a little bit of glue, and there we go. And then to attach it on there, I just took a little bit of glue and put it on both sides. Whoops, almost dropped that. Yep, I'm making a mess. Okay, but put a little bit of glue on both sides. And if you don't want it to smear, you can rub it around a little bit, because sometimes it might ooze out. And I have it all over my fingers now. But then I'm just going to position it front and back. So we're kind of like clipping it on. So I'm not going to move my fingers, but it's on the very back and on the very front. And I'm just going to get it positioned where I want it. And then to hold it in place, I actually have a clothespin. So, you know, if you have some sort of clip or something that you can use, that would be great. But I am just using the clothespin to hold it until it dries. And that is all there is to it. Now, if you need more directions on making shaker cards or shaker elements, I will have a link below in the description box, and there should also be a link at the end of this video on the screen.
Thank you all for stopping by today, and I hope that my Christmas card inspiration series is in fact inspiring you and giving you ideas for your own Christmas cards. And if you missed part 1 and part 2, don't worry, there's a link below in the description box as well as links on the end screen here momentarily. And if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos, be sure to click that little bell next to the subscribe button. And also, below in the description box, you're going to find a link to Crafter's Castle Challenge where you can enter your creations because I would love to see them. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.
If you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I hope you consider that too. And if you do, be sure to click the little bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos or giveaways. And I hope you stop by Crafter's Castle on Facebook and also Crafter's Castle Challenge blog to enter your creations.